I'm Mason Goodwin, and this is my first semester at college. Going to college has been one of the most life-changing experiences that I ever had in my life. I would say college lives up to the hype. You got the football games, the parties, your new classes, and new friends to meet along the way. So I had a great time over the last 4 months at Wake, and I'm looking forward to the future. So here's a small recap of what happened during the last 4 months. One of the most memorable days was move-in day, where I was able to meet everybody for the first time, meet my roommate, and just have a great time overall. I moved in with my family, all the way from Northern Virginia down to Winston-Salem. So when moving in, I had a ton of stuff to take in my room, so it was a bit hectic, but a lot of the guys on my hall helped me take in my stuff to my room. I was able to set it all up with my parents, and after they left, I was able to explore the campus out for the next couple of days. Next, we had orientation, which was just a bunch of random activities for freshmen to get to know each other. One of the activities that we ended up having was magician with a comedy act on the first day, where I was able to meet a couple of new freshmen. And we just had food trucks around the campus and just different things to meet other freshmen. Next, we had the first week of classes, where I was only taking 4 classes, and I was pretty chill with that. I had 14 credits, and my classes were divided of Calculus 3, Economics, First Year Seminar, and Spanish. Overall, I ended up enjoying all my classes I took this semester, even though I would say Spanish was the hardest, but I had the most fun in that class too. It just felt like 13th grade when we were talking Spanish or Spanglish with all the other classmates. I would say at least my Calculus 3 class was the easiest because it was the same class I took last year in high school. They actually used the same textbook, so I was pretty happy about that. So after the first week of school, we had the first football game come up, where all the students had free tickets to go to any of the football games, basketball games, or any other student events, which is nice perk to have at Wake Forest. So I ended up going with some guys from my dorm hall and the RUF club that I was part of, and we ended up rushing the field too, so it was a fun and memorable moment. I think we ended up winning the game too, so we had a great time. After that time period, I started joining a lot of clubs and activities. So one of the first clubs and activities that I joined was the Leadership and Character Scholars. So it was kind of a part of my scholarship group where I was able to learn about leadership and character abilities that just helped me improve overall as a person. We ended up going on a retreat during one of the first weeks. I was able to meet all the great members. Shout out to you guys. You guys are some of the best friends I had on campus so far. Next was RUF, which was a Christian group on campus. It was a great way to meet a lot of Christian members in Wake Forest or Christian students. I had a great time meeting everybody. It was like a really large group, about 200 people meeting every Tuesday. Great time to connect with God and other people. I ended up joining a local church called Two Cities, which was a great non-denominational church. I was able to join their Bible study groups too. It was nice to go to church on Sundays and a midweek Bible study just to learn more about God. The last activity I joined was student government, where I ran to become the senator of the Babcock Residence Hall. I was able to end up winning this competition, and I'm very happy for that. Now moving past that, I want to introduce you guys to the party culture at Wake Forest. I would say the party culture is pretty nice. You work hard and then you go play hard on the weekends, or we have Wake Wednesdays where people party midweek on Wednesdays and then they go party on the weekends. Now moving on, this is where the hardest part of the semester was for me, midterms. So during this time, I was actually feeling sick. I think my friend groups, I didn't know what friend group I was part of, and relationships weren't going too well. So it was kind of going in the downhill slope. So I was in a slump for a bit, you know. And I had these tests come out of the blue. In a span of 2 days, I had 3 midterms. 2 in one day and 1 on the next day. Oh my God! So I had for these 3 tests, which were in math, econ, and Spanish, I studied the hardest I had ever in my life. Studied harder than a SAT, ACT, or any other exam. I got through this hard weekend, I prevailed. After that week came by, we had the homecoming week, which things started to get better for me, and I was looking forward to the homecoming game, and also Halloween weekend was on the same weekend as homecoming. After that time period, my YouTube channel finally started taking off, where I had videos such as my day in life video, and my Do One versus Student Athlete video take off, where those started to get over like 30K views, and people around campus started noticing me, which was really great. I really appreciate anybody that came up to me, congratulated, or talked to me about my channel. Couldn't have done it without you guys or God above. And I finally got a newspaper article in the Wake Forest newspaper where one of my friends reached out to me to write an article, which was truly a blessing. Now getting towards the end of the semester, we had Thanksgiving break, and right after Thanksgiving break, we had 2 weeks left until we went back home. It was the week before finals and finals week. I would say these were pretty stressful weeks, similar to midterms, where I had to study a ton just to make sure I could pass these final classes. And I would say overall, I did pretty well over my midterms. I could have improved in certain areas, especially Spanish. I'm hoping to bring up that grade next semester, but I'm glad everything went well and I passed my classes. I'm glad to return back to Wake for the next semester, make some new videos, some new friends, and ace these classes. So hope you guys liked the video, and I'll see you next time.